Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Abira Nadeem. I hope you all are doing good in your lives. Today we will discuss about linguistic landscape and types of linguistic landscape that are visible in the linguistic landscape of main roads including graffiti, billboard and other places. In the first place, I wanted to ask, did you ever wonder about what type of language is used in our public spaces? Or why these specific languages are in that places? Why not others? Or the words are actually borrowed from another language, but if it is borrowed, then why does the existing language needs to adopt the word from another language? Let's see. First, first in firstly, in order to understand the whole video, you need to know what is linguistic landscape and what is linguistic borrowing. In its simplest form, the language of public road signs, advertising billboards, street names, places, commercial shop signs, and public signs on government building combines to form the linguistic landscape of a given territory or region. On the other hand, linguistic borrowing involves speakers importing features from other languages into native languages. While borrowing, it is also known as lexical borrowing, a process in which a speaker or a language adopts a word from another language. In the studies of language borrowing, loanwords are only one of the kinds of importation that occur quite often across language boundaries. The speaker of a language have various options when confronted with new items, ideas in another language. The choices are as follow. The number one is loanword. Loanword is like a word, an integrated word from a foreign language, orthography adopted from the receiving language. Loanword is like we take loan from a bank. Here we are taking loan from a language, a loan, a word, a loan word from another language. Second one is foreign word. And a foreign word is a non-integrated word. It means that the word is not restored from a foreign language and spelled as it is. The third one is language loan translation, a calque translation of the elements of foreign word. In loan translation, the elements of the foreign word is translated. Before moving on, now with the help afterwards, with the help of example, we will investigate the linguistic landscape of Karachi. This is the first picture. I'm sure that you all can see the word which is being adopted from another language, and most obviously it is the Urdu language which adopted the word from the English language. Now before moving on, now the question is why we take words only from the English language. We can fill up these public spaces with Punjabi, Sindhi or Baluchi, etc. Why, as a nation of Pakistan with its own national language Urdu, always need of a loan? Why we take loan from another country all the time, and now we are taking loan word? Why not use it like our purest form of Urdu? Let's explore. The word here, petrol, the word petroleum is first originated from medieval Latin petroleum, then it is borrowed by French as pétrole, then the English language adopted the word petrol in the 19th century. Here you can also see another word, diesel, which is taken from the English language in the late 19th century. Let's see the second example. The word you see, garden, is originated from Old Northern French garden, then English speakers loan it from them. Moving on to the third word, square. In this third example, the word square is also a English word. It is first used by the Latin speakers as quadra, then Old French start using it as a square, and English speakers adopted it as square. Mashallah Karachi restaurant. Here the word restaurant is borrowed by the English language in the early 19th century from the French language, and now the Urdu language adopted it from English language. The next one is Al Quraish dairy. Here dairy is simply a loan word from the English language. Zaika masala, vital pio, zindagi jio. Here you can see a Roman word as masala. We will talk about it later. Here we are concerned about vital. Vita is spoken in the Latin language, and now it is vital used in the English language. Moving on, Vazan or Gizaka clinic. The word clinic is now spoken in English, but it is originated from a Greek word klein, and now Urdu language adopted it from English language. Hassam Nan house. Here the word house is borrowed from English language, but its origin is from Old English, French, and German. Apartment. This next word apartment is first originated from the Italian word apart, then French loan it as appartement, and then English language use it as apartment. Now Urdu language is using it as a loan word. High voltage. High voltage. The word high voltage is a combination of two words from whose origin are different obviously from each other. The word high came from Old English, German, and Dutch language, while the word voltage derived from the name of Alessandro Volt, inventor of the modern battery. Paint. The word air paint is borrowed from English language. Al-Haman traders. Again, the shopkeeper can use another word, but he used traders. The English word trader is originated from the German language, and the next word documentation is also an English word. However, it is first used in the Latin language as documentum. Hockey ground. Moving on that, the loan word ground is first used in Old English, Dutch, German languages. Now in all these pictures, I know you all noticed something. I know you did that. Why did the adoption take place only in English language. Why Urdu language adopted all the words from the English language? Let me tell you. According to David Crystal, the English language is an insatiable borrower. More than 120 other languages have served as sources for the contemporary vocabulary of English. One can also say that the English language, owing the position of lingua franca, became a major donor for many languages. If we see the historical background, the colonial period, mainly the colonial period, deeply affected the culture of Pakistan and its indigenous languages as well. Now people consider English speakers as superior, and however they find themselves inferior, like we people find themselves if inferior if we don't speak English fluently. Now people consider English as superior. However, they find themselves inferior if they couldn't speak English. But colonizers colonization has greatly impacted the Urdu language. The colonizers ingrained Pakistani people with this idea that their culture and language has a standard and superiority, and because of all these like colonial event or period, as a result an elite class emerged who favored English, and the locals start popularizing it, and it is the culture of Pakistan. Now, keeping this historical background, you can now understand why most of the words of the English language become part and parcel of the Urdu language. Unfortunately, Urdu is becoming disciplinary and losing its purest form. Now, one can see the urban sides of Karachi displaying adopted words from the English language, not and the producers not using the purest form of Urdu because no one knows and no one can read it correctly, and I am one of them. I'm ashamed. I'm also an Urdu speaker, but I cannot read or write Urdu, the purest form of Urdu. Like I know, besides that, I know you all are wondering that the public spaces of Karachi are filled up with only one type of borrowing, which is loan word. Not really. Let let's explore the other types of borrowing. This is this this is the interesting one, cafe 11 star. Here cafe is not an English word. I know we all thought of that, but it is not, nor it is a loan word. It is a foreign word imported from the French word cafe. Well, in this example, medical, dental, diagnostic center. Here you can see medical and dental are the loan words, but why diagnostic is written differently? Well, in this example, diagnostic word is not integrated into the Urdu language. It is a kind of substitution known as loan translation, which I explained earlier. You all can notice that all the other words, medical, dental, are borrowed, but the word diagnostic is not on that list. Indeed, borrowing can happen in any language. This example shows that some Urdu words are also adopted. It is not that only English adopted, like other languages adopted only the English words. There are some words of Urdu, and because of it happens because of the cultural differences. The English language has no word for the kurta, so they loan it from the Urdu language because the English language has no such word in their culture. Moving on, these are the These are written in Roman language. जो बात हो खुशी की आगाज नई सुबह का. Home needs smart. Roman is commonly known by everyone across Pakistan, and you see words written in Roman. This is an area where elite class resides, Gulshan Iqbal, and they don't understand. Like most of the people are uh, elite, and their childrens are from in English medium school, so they cannot understand Sindhi, pure Urdu, Punjabi, but they do know Roman. Here you can see the word needs. People usually use Z in Roman in a substitute of S or X to make it more fancy, more particularly the younger generation. Here the shopkeeper uses it and give it a modern touch and catchy for the youngster. The word like the linguistic tokens displayed in the public spaces of Karachi are not only in Urdu English version. There are other languages used by the producers of linguistic landscape. For example, this one, Delizia. You can came across some Italian words. This one like Delizia, or the French word deja vu, which signifies that people in such territory can read them. Sadly, if one uses some provisional language like Sindhi, Punjabi, which one should know as a Pakistani, the majority people of the Pakistan cannot relate to it, and most of them could not read it. So this is the last slide. I hope you all will like my presentation and learn something from it. Thank you.